Welcome to the Kelley Show Podcast, where when we do it,
My
we do
bad.
it
You was
like this.
throwing me off. Like I didn't
What?
know if you was
I
ready
was
or not. But go ahead.
so you had to mess up my intro to do that?
Yeah, I
You
felt
you
like
had to do that.
it adds a
I was
little
thinking, I was just
authenticity.
thinking in my head. That's all I was doing.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
You ready?
The floor is yours.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't mean to throw you off. Welcome to the Kelley Show Podcast, where when we do it like it's for TV. I am your host, Eric Kelley II. It's a brand new episode of the Kelley Show Podcast. And of course, I got my rapping ass butterscotch in your back pocket. Dub I double. Ladies and gentlemen, she will for will.
What up? What up? What up? It's She Will for Will, aka Heal for Real, aka We Spill for Bills, aka Will's Fargo. You can take that to the bank.
And my stimulus check still not in my bank, bitch.
Did you ever check that website or find it?
No, I did not. I feel like I haven't had the time. I feel like I just been on go with all this new stuff happening. But you're right. You're right. You ain't even gotta tell me. You ain't even gotta tell me. I know. I just need to be on it. It's my money. And I want it now. And if I want it now, I should have been
want it now.
I do. But it's fine. I'll figure it out in life. I'll figure it out. I just feel like I got one big thing going on that I'm not trying to mess up. So it's my main focus. And when I'm really trying to focus on something, everything else is just sidebar.
Normally, I would feel that.
But
2K.
K, right. So I need to get on it. I'll figure it out. And hopefully 2K is coming to me soon. Cause I damn sure could use it. I mean, I'm not gonna blow it. It's basically just going to whatever bills that are either behind and or just pay up for rent. So I'll be like, okay, well, that 2 months covered, we good. We in the money. So I can start saving up for something or, whatever. But so how's your week been? What you been up to? Who you been doing? Who you been screwing?
Nobody, not for 5 hours, for 5 minutes. This week, it's actually been a pretty chill week for me, man. Really just working. And it's, like I said, it's been a chill week, so I hadn't had too much going on. I'm trying not to jinx it and fuck around and have a bunch of stuff going on tomorrow. But man, other than that, I mean, it's still like, I don't know, even though stuff is like opening back up, it's still kind of weird as far as figuring out what's going on. Is it worth going anywhere? Where to go if you go somewhere? So I don't know. I feel like the past year has been almost damn near like a big ass time loop, damn near.
I mean, it is a big ass time loop. You're doing the same thing. Oh, it's like a lot of people have compared it to the movie Groundhog Day, where, you just wake up and you do the exact same thing over and over and over again, which I can feel that. But I feel like even before the pandemic, I was starting to not go out anyway and do things. So I was okay with being in the house, and I'm still okay with being in the house. Now, when are we going to be able to take off these masks, or, how many people are supposed to get vaccinated, how soon we're supposed to get vaccinated? I don't know, but I'm just still hang tight because I don't see the difference anymore because people still outside.
Oh, like, yeah. Like at this point, people are gonna be outside regardless,
doing what the hell they want to do. So I don't really see anybody. I don't think we're in quarantine anymore. I don't think
those days have been gone.
Yeah, I don't think we've been in quarantine in forever. So, and I mean, most restaurants and malls and shopping centers and stuff like that, they're at 75% to 100% capacity.
Right.
like, when was it? I was going to help my friend Tyler out with something, and I went to the mall in South Park where she works.
Mm-hmm.
It was wall to wall.
Oh yeah, people just any
Just
reason to be out the house, they gonna be out. And then
right,
especially like we in the South, so most places in the South, the mask shit was, even when it was serious, it wasn't as serious as like a New York or places
right,
where they really was like really legit
right.
lockdown. Like,
Because we have more rural area than we do urban.
mm,
So I guess I can see why people don't take it seriously. Because especially South Carolina, most country folks ain't trying to see nobody anyway. Like, you stay with your family, that's it. But it's okay. Like I said, I just don't see any difference from I guess the only difference is nightlife. But even then, I still see people clubbing and partying, especially in Atlanta, Georgia. They
oh
ain't never
yeah.
shut down.
But
They
I
ain't
mean,
never
hell,
shut.
with Charlotte, hell, I mean, it's a few
Right,
spots you can still
right,
go to, but they shut a lot of the main spots to go to down anyway.
exactly. But the spots that didn't get shut down, they going right under the radar and having like just having parties and events every night.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is somebody in my inbox talking about, hey, yo, come out this Monday, mask up? What?
They trying to
What?
get that money.
I get it. Go ahead, get your bread, but not me. Not me for what? I'm a sweat and get COVID. I'm good. So I can be next to a person I don't want to be next to that I don't know. Music that I'm only going music that probably the music I listen to now is probably not played in clubs. So that don't even matter no more. It's just I don't know. I think I'm just getting old. I think I'm settling in my ways.
Nah, I feel you. I feel
I'm
you. I
I'm
be,
I'm
especially all
30.
these new like artists popping up. It's like, who is this and who
This,
is this and
right. Like I can go to the club and not know 75% of the music. And I'm just like, oh damn. And then I tell myself I'd rather listen to dot 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 because
mm-hmm.
I think they're better. And I'm like, I'm my parents.
Yeah.
You know, I like I'd rather listen to, of course, anything Ludacris all day. And Ludacris ain't made a relative album, like a recent album, in forever.
Right.
So, and I'm still bumping him, old Wayne, old Drake, old Nicki when I get a chance. It's just these young boys. I just ain't on it. Now, granted, I can make them sound good on the radio. Okay. Y'all go check me out every Saturday from 10 to 3 on 92.7 The Block. I might not know the song, but I damn sure announce it well. That's all that matters. But it's okay. It's okay. Music just kind of hip hop just sucks right now. Hip hop just sucks. In my opinion. And like I said, that might be because I'm old and in my ways, but everything legit sounds the exact same. And
Mm, to
I'm
an
just
I think partially it is because we getting older. A lot part of I think everything quote unquote sounding the same is because one, now there's like so many more artists. So before it's like, it might be 10, 15, 20 main artists. So that many, it wasn't that many artists fighting for attention. But now if you've got like 50 to 100 different artists you might hear at a given time, you're going to hear more people sound alike because there's just more music coming out, I feel like.
I guess, but at the same time, I feel like they're not fighting for attention because they're all getting the same amount of attention because they all sound the same.
But
Some
that's kind of how you, like a lot of artists, that's kind of how people get onto artists. Cause that's all, like, for example, like the average listener is more likely to listen to something that sounds familiar to them. That's why a lot of artists sample, because if a person has never heard a song before hears a sample, it's like, okay, this is already familiar. They're more likely to listen to it. So that's why a lot of artists also may sound alike because, okay, boom, if this is the hot sound, then let me make something that sounds like this so that way it's easier for like the listener to catch on to.
That's terrible.
That's how it goes.
That's that's a awful, that's a god awful explanation for why you think you should sound like him. No, I'm trying to create my own sound, like
Yeah,
I'm trying
but
to,
the thing
we
with
don't
that
got,
is,
that's the problem with the game, Will. No originators. No originators at all anymore. I can't name one that I think is super, super hot that I'm like, oh, he gonna be around for like.
I mean, I think Roddy Rich is gonna be around for a while. I like him a lot.
We like him a lot, but I don't think he's gonna be around for a while.
No, like he's really talented though.
He is talented, super talented, playing the piano and shit. But at the same time, I don't know if I feel that from him. Cause usually I really I get feel I know you know what I'm talking
I
about.
know
That
what you mean. Yeah.
okay, that sixth sense that's like, oh, this person is gonna pop. Like I remember the first time ever listening to Nicki Minaj. My brother and my cousin, they were in Walmart. They were like, "Oh, you ain't heard about Lil Wayne's new artist, Nicki Minaj? She had talked about it in the Upgrade remix." And I said, "No, I don't know what y'all talking about." So they put me on the itty bitty piggy. And after listening to it and then watching the video, I said, "Oh, she about to blow." Then my brother's like, "I don't know, she all that. She ain't gonna have no career like Missy Elliott." I was like, nah, it's either gonna be Missy or higher for her. I guarantee it. I feel that. I feel that on her. And am I right? Yes. Yes, I am. Because the only reason we're speaking about it right now is because that happened. But I don't know. I don't get that. I don't get that vibe. I don't get that vibe. But
and last thing I'll say on this is like also artists now, it's kind of, I'm not gonna say impossible, but it's damn near impossible for them to be as big as artists were before, just because again, it's a lot more artists now, and like everybody's more segmented now, just in general. Like even with TV shows, with streaming, like you pretty much can be in your own world and not know of an artist and they be, popular, selling out tours and all kind of stuff like that versus like when we were coming up because you had BET, MTV, and then you had the radio. So pretty much those few artists that were popping, they were pushed on you more versus now you can kind of be in your own world. So
true, you can
like artists
you
don't
can
really.
definitely create who you listen to instead of it being fed to you.
Right. So it's like artists now, instead of being pushed as much or being somebody that you see and hear everywhere, it's like they can have their little niche of fans or whatever and still do all right. Um, just because the attention is so spread out.
Then you have a point. You have a point. You have a point. Okay. I can dig.
That's why, like, even if you look at like the song, like the lifespan of albums and shit now, or even songs, like it's not really that many moments in music like the way it was. Like you remember, like for example, when 50 Cent had first came out with "Get Rich or Die Trying."
Whew. The music industry didn't know what hit it.
Like that was a moment.
Ball.
Or like when
in
Wayne,
the club,
right?
Crazy.
Or like 50, Wayne Carter 3, like that was a moment. Now all of them,
that's colossal.
All of the moments now are like things that happen outside of music. There hasn't really been a big moment where the whole, other than Beyonce, was probably the last music moment, I think. Maybe.
Right. Beyonce is the last big musical moment that we've had in a very long time. But if I were going to say an artist that has had a big musical moment, it would definitely be Megan Thee Stallion. Out of everybody that's been doing it. Now I'm not saying that Megan is a better or worse anything. What I'm saying is Megan definitely has become a top tier artist in general, simply because people just love her, adore her, and music moments. When oh snap, Nicki hopping on this, oh snap, Beyonce hopping on that, and then every time a song pops off on TikTok, she's just there, and then that leads her to be grabbing Grammys and awards and being on award shows. So, and she's really steadfast because not only does she have urban charts going crazy, she's got pop charts going crazy, and she also has Billboard charts going crazy. So she's had a moment. It might not be the hugest moment like, Beyonce stopped the world with a download plus every song has a video, or the Carter 3 drops it. Shoot. Even before the Carter 3 drop, Little Lollipop itself was a instant hit.
Right.
So I wouldn't say it's that big, but she definitely is one of the artists that had one of the bigger moments.
Yeah, I think, and I like Meg, don't get me wrong, but I think people...
Lord, he just ain't gonna let me have it. He just...
you got it. Never mind.
What? Nah, I will.
I think people... Don't get me wrong. People like Meg. Meg is popular. Meg's music is popular.
Yeah.
And I think Meg can rap. But I think Meg, the brand, is bigger than Meg, the artist, if that makes sense.
No? What? Come again? I really want to end this subject because we can move on, but now you got me thinking. You got me a little interested here. What does that mean, Will?
Like, okay, at least the people that I know that listen to Meg, like, this is probably the most popular that she's been currently. But even that last album, most people that I know, like the girls that I know that listen to Meg and stuff like that, would say this is probably not to talk down about the album, but was probably the worst of the main projects that she's put out.
It wasn't. It definitely was not as edgy and hard as like Fever or Tina Snow.
Right.
But as I don't. Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. But I just feel like those two are the Megan the rapper and Megan the brand. They neck and neck. Because my thing about it is the brand is a reflection of the artist, and the artist is a damn good artist. She really out here deserving the shits. Like, bro, nah. So when Megan won those Grammys, I felt it was well deserved. She been working so damn hard. Like, I remember when we was watching them little things where she was just in the middle of nowhere in Texas, rapping her ass off. And I said, oh, yo, she keep going, she gonna blow. And I was right. Again, I'm usually never wrong about these shits. Like, y'all for real, call me up. Mr. Kelley with the whole crystal ball and future shit. Cause I don't miss when I say a nigga gonna blow, they gonna blow. And Megan is she's not an exception to my rule. She's not an exception to my rule.
I'm not downplaying Meg.
I know you're not downplaying her. I'm just upplaying her. Cause I just think that I get what you're saying. I just don't agree. I think she is that hot, hence why she is getting the recognition that she deserves. She deserves.
All right, we'll agree to disagree.
Yeah. But Doja on her neck, just to let people know.
Doja's in a different world, though, I feel
Doja is something. Ooh, that's...
Doja to me is like more pop rap, and Meg is more rap pop, if that makes sense.
It does. Yeah, key words are the ones that are in front. I got you. But Doja, boy, not only can she rap, she can slightly sing, and on top of that, she can dance her ass off. And she can switch it up. Right. So many times we done seen Say So be 3 different genres already. And then she be she be with the shit. She be boogie oogie. I said, okay, Doja really is setting examples for what an actual artist should be.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I
I
think
think she'll
she's
be
really
around
up
for a
there.
while.
So her and Megan really are the real gems of female rap at the moment. And granted, these other girls, they solid too. They solid too, but them, they ain't playing no games with you. They just ain't. And I love it. I love it. It's nice. See, this is exactly why we should have had that episode. See, hating ass in my inbox. We don't want to talk about
I
it.
said we could do it.
Wow. Was it you? Wait, I thought it was you that was against
They
it.
want to talk about it.
Oh, that was 10. That was 10. All right,
Because
wait.
me and you just had different perspectives on it, but I was cool with doing the episode.
That's fine. Maybe we'll get to it. Speaking of the episode, let's go ahead and go on. I wish Tiffany was here right now because we're about to play Would You Rather? Oh, yeah, we back at it again, folks. Y'all listen to the last episode, 5 minutes or 5 hours, and we found out a lot about our little co-host here, Will. You know, break him up, show him what you got, because he don't know.
That's all I'm going to say. It ain't no woman on this planet can take 5 hours straight of sex unless she got some type of super vagina.
See, that's the thing. I said again, because I re-listened to the episode and I said, why was that his first thought? I said sex. Sex can mean anything to anybody. You don't have to have boom, 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 boom in 5 minutes when you can really enjoy a person for 5 hours. You can be lazy. You can take that time to just, okay, stroking here, stroking there.
When I'm talking about sex, I'm talking about like intercourse, like the actual action or actions.
So, but why limit yourself to that when you can do so much more? And like,
but I'm talking about specific.
So
we just have different definitions of sex, basically.
Clearly, I just don't understand why you only have that definition. Like, is that all you do? That's it.
No,
like,
I'm just saying when you specifically say sex, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, next time, try going for 5 hours. Try it. At least 2. At least give yourself some room. Do some things. Tease, blah blah blah. Whatever it is that you do. Which reminds me, y'all can go back and check out the episode Civil Rim. Hilarious. You'll enjoy the whole thing. First question: would you rather have your hair pulled on or have your butt slapped?
First off, why are all these like sexual questions? Like, why don't you don't have no other questions?
You already know me, and it's just hilarious to see your face when I ask these questions. So, Will, would you rather have your hair pulled or have your ass smacked?
Have my hair pulled?
Okay. I'd rather have my ass smacked. Don't touch my hair. I can't do it. I hate that. I don't know. I feel like, see, I'm a dominant individual. So a smack on the ass is like a thank you. Pulling my hair is like, you mine. Nah, it's the other way around for me in my head. Like my brain doesn't operate like that yet. Like I've not gotten into a submissive side of things. So you pull my hair, I'm like, whoa, what you doing? Don't touch my hair, bro. Like, no, we ain't about that. But okay. Ladies, Will likes his hair pulled. Remember that too. Because she will for Will. All right. Would you rather pay or be paid to have sex? Which one?
I mean, I like getting paid.
Get money.
I mean, multiple streams of income.
Pay that man. Oh, can a young nigga get money anymore?
We about creating different financial opportunities. So
okay.
if I had to pick one.
if you had to pick one, Will would like to get paid for sex. And I'm with you, because I ain't paying nobody to have sex with me. What? No. There's so much free out there. Okay? There's so much free. Which, by the way, the new radio show that I'm working for right now, the personalities have now figured out I'm a hoe. And I feel like that's going to be a very, not big part of the show, but it's going to be a staple on the show because they keep talking about it. And
Yeah,
I was like, damn.
That's kind of a theme, ain't it?
It is a theme. But eventually my ass is going to get out of that, I hope, because I can't be a hoe forever. But I'm 30, I'm gay, and I'm thriving. Something's wrong with me if I'm not doing it right. Okay? See, if you ain't got two, you doing it wrong. Sweetie said that. All right?
Oh,
so far.
Is that what she said?
That's what she said. If you ain't got two, you doing it
wrong.
Why
she mad at Quavo?
Don't even do it. Don't even do it. I knew that was coming. She mad at Quavo for that damn Xbox. That's what she mad at. Or whatever Xbox. The hell he had in there. Remember that the video?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I still don't know what to do with that one. But they both was like, we good. Get out our business. We're fine. But so far, Will would like his hair pulled and likes to get paid for sex. So, last question. Would you rather suck at foreplay or suck at sex?
Oh, suck at foreplay.
All day, every day. I know so if there is one thing that I think gay men who are tops and heterosexual men have in common is that we ain't got to have foreplay. It's not a necessity for me, because I'm cool without you doing all of that. Like, rev up my engine, I'm ready to go. Like, that's not to say that I want to get over with, because like I said, if I enjoy you enough, yeah, 5 hours might happen. 5 hours could happen, but I don't necessarily need it. So if I'm a suck at it, yeah, it's gonna be foreplay. But I don't suck at it because I know they like that. And they like it, give them what they want. So let's get into some entertainment news real quick. First things first, CNN's Chris Cuomo had a lot to say on police reform. Police reform needs to happen because the police are now, it's mania. It's just mania everywhere. They just killing black folks for no reason. And he said, white people are going to realize when the police start killing white children. And I said, oh, he said that on CNN. He was with it. I said, and you know what? He's right. But black folks, I'm pretty sure we're thinking to ourselves, we know. Because it just seems like white folks don't care. Even with the insensitive white boy summer thing that's going on right now, I'm so disappointed in anybody that thinks that's a cute and cool thing to do.
I mean, I hadn't heard nobody say that other than what's bro name, Chet?
Yeah, him. But you should have seen it. My friend, he was in my inbox, which I was very surprised about because I had I had posted white boy summer, oh, the privilege, because it is a privilege. We are still around here, black folks specifically, trying not to die. We can get pulled over at any time. You can walk in a neighborhood and get harassed by some white man. It's a lot going on with us. And granted, I think we should still have some sort of joy and happiness, but you don't see us over here being like, oh yeah, it's a black boy summer. No, that's not a thing. Relax. And y'all over here having a white boy summer, it's just read the room. It's insensitive for what's going on and the climate and the racial climate that's happening right now. And he was just in my inbox saying like, so it's people can't be white now? Ain't nobody said that. But you should know it's insensitive to what's going on at the moment. I just don't understand how you cannot see that, even as a white man. It doesn't make sense to me. And he was steady trying to rile me up, and I was like, cool story, because I've learned, thanks to therapy, I have options, and I don't have to explain myself, nor do I have to sit back and argue with you about anything. I said what I said. It was very clear that it's a privileged thing for you to even be able to say that. And that's all. Other than that, whoever. It just happened to be him in my inbox, and I'm still shocked about it. I was like, oh, didn't know he was the one that's going to be there. But cool, fine with me. But Chris Cuomo was definitely right about that. And other entertainment news, people that weren't right about something, the Raiders. What was that? Well, you know what? Talk about it. Well, tell me, because I know you're a sports fan, what was the thought process behind them posting that?
From what I saw on Twitter, basically, the thought process was George. From what they had said, George Floyd's family, I think maybe his brother or someone, had said, "We can breathe again," and so that was their thought behind putting out the statement. But from what they said, the guy who, like, the owners or the owner's son, well, I think he would actually be the owner now, because I want to say their owner passed away a few years ago. But basically, he said that was something he put out. It was just a quick thought. He didn't mean no harm. So it's not like something that necessarily, according to him, went through the organization necessarily. It was something he thought he was saying in allegiance with, the cause or whatever, and it just was taken the wrong way.
I just didn't understand, because I guess I can see that being a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can see that being a thought, but some thoughts just shouldn't have a life. They should just be thoughts. They should just stay in your head.
Well, I think not to, because when I first saw it too, I was like, "The fuck is this?" But I think not to shoot him some bail, but I'm gonna shoot him a little bit of bail and say, like, I feel like a lot of organizations and teams, because of the climate we're in, they feel like they're forced to say something, and they don't know what to say. And I think we see stuff like that sometimes because they feel like we have to make a statement, when it would probably be better if not everyone made a statement, but there's going to be a crowd of people who say, "Oh, why didn't the NFL? Who the fuck cares what the NFL has to say about it?" But there will be people.
Period.
But there will be people who say, "Oh, the NFL didn't say anything about this."
Right.
So it's
the NFL was never with the shits. They were never with the shits until the shit got real. That's it. So, yeah, who gives a fuck what the NFL got to say? But also, in response to what you just said, if you feel pressure in order to say something, get an expert on the subject, aka a black person. You could have went anywhere in that stadium and found a black person and be like, okay, do you think this is okay to say? No. And done. No, I just can't fathom this being passed through a black person's desk and them approving of it at all and saying anything. That just don't make sense. I can breathe. I said, nah, dog. Dylan Donalds, the Don Dada, has said on Twitter that this had to go through at least 3 people to get approved to be posted. So 4 people need to be fired. And I said, fucking exactly. 5 people need their heads chopped off for all of that.
But like I said, it was the owner that, according to the owner, he's the one that put it out there. So it's not even like, I feel what he's saying, but like, according to the owner, he was like, damn, that was
nothing he's saying. Nah, that wasn't the move. That was not the move. It wasn't a good look, but I am glad they apologized very quickly for it, because some organizations they just put it out there and then just delete. But they did a great job of apologizing to the public, saying we didn't mean to offend anybody. We were just trying to make sure that we were.
They wanted to show solidarity.
Right, exactly. And what they were showing solidarity for was George Floyd, and things were brought to justice. For once, America did something right. Okay,
they knew. If this went left, you thought them riots last summer was bad.
I'm talking. Even Maxine was telling people burn it down. And she'd been telling people that since the LA riot. So she's like, if you're unheard and you need to be heard, well, you need to do what you got to do. And I'm with Auntie. I'm with Auntie. Now, granted, am I going to be there burning stuff? No, I am not going to have the match. I am not going to be there to blowtorch anything. Am I okay with people doing that because we're tired? Yeah.
I get it. I'm not mad at it. I don't necessarily it's tricky.
It's tricky.
It's very tricky.
It's really black and white. It's really black and white. And I do believe you can make a very powerful message without doing all of that. But if that's the way that you feel like you got to get attention, I guess as long as nobody's hurt and type of thing, try to be a superhero, whatever. But I hope I'm saying his name correctly because I always mess it up. But Derek Chauvin.
I think it's Chauvin.
Derek Chauvin. He was found guilty on all 3 charges. So, and I'm trying to remember all of them. I know there was, what was it?
It was like second and third degree murder.
Yeah, it's third degree murder, manslaughter of some sort, and accidental murder.
It's I think second and third degree murder, and then second degree manslaughter or something like that.
Something like that.
One of them, he got second and third degree,
right,
of the same charge.
Now
I don't know how you can get second and third degree, but he got them both.
Well, second and third is. I need to do my research because I don't want to be on this podcast and give people information that I don't necessarily know. But I just remember something when I took law class in high school that you can get both of them because there is a difference in them to where you can have both in the same charge. So, well, not in the same charge, but you can be charged with both in the same case. So for me, it was his face for me. He said, "Oh, y'all for real?"
Hey, Boozy was gonna send them booty goons on him.
So, okay, I've seen it on the internet. I have not totally comprehended. Tell me exactly what did Boosie say and why?
Hold on. Let me pull up the tweet.
Because somebody on Twitter was saying that Boosie never passes up the opportunity to talk about dick. And I said, you're right. Because that Jesse Smollett situation, the dick make you do crazy things. I said, have you ever taken dick to know that? I
mean, Boosie been in prison, so
I guess, but for somebody that's pretty much against being gay, I don't understand why that was a topic of anything. It just didn't make sense to me, but it's fine.
I got the tweet here.
Okay.
From Boosie's official Twitter account.
Mm-hmm.
He lucky he ain't going to jail in Louisiana. Eggplant emoji. Hashtag boss call would have been made.
Yo, what's wrong with that? He really does not pass up the opportunity to talk about penis. That's crazy. Why is that a thing? Sometimes I don't understand the heterosexual brain because
there's people.
And then there's Boosie.
No, but what I'm saying is there are people that have people in jail who
I know.
Yeah, I mean,
I just don't understand why. I don't understand why. Like most people that have people do that don't even agree with that certain lifestyle, even though it's not a life. Like technically, I never understood. For me, gay has never been a lifestyle. Gay is just what I am. It's the same thing. It's like being black. I can't help either one of those things. So I just really.
It's kind of like done as a way to like kind of shame and humiliate or punish somebody. Because like if you're a straight male and you end up in prison and then another male comes in and
pops that cherry for you, like you don't know what to do.
Right, like that's allegedly what happened to Devontae from Jodeci, but that's another story for another day.
Wait, what?
He wasn't in jail, but like allegedly the story is, and we getting way off topic.
We are. Okay, really back in. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it off the podcast. So, okay, I guess, but Boosie wild, man. It's just wild.
That's wild,
nigga. but back to the case in general. I was at the radio station listening to it, and it's just one of those things you'll never forget where you were when it was announced, and the way that you just see the crowds around everything, just everybody just going crazy and celebrating. And it's a shame that we even have to celebrate the justice of losing someone for something so ridiculous off a counterfeit $20 bill. Nobody, $20? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's something that should have never gotten that far.
Is right. So it's terrible. It's a shame. And Al Sharpton, he had said, we don't take any pleasure in the man going to jail because we lost somebody because of that. Like we're not rooting because he's going to jail. We're rooting because justice was served, and that this now should be an example for anything else that happens when it comes to cops treating and being malicious towards Black people. And I, for one, am very grateful that this happened, because just imagine if it didn't. Just imagine the turn that would have happened, the mayhem. It would have been a whole horror flick. But
but they had, I believe, canceled school in Minnesota this week, or like
they should have
few days, just because they knew had it went the other way that stay in the house.
And my and again, back to the Capitol, the fact that they had the National Guard out there and still couldn't get the National Guard to go help out the U.S. Capitol because those white folks are the ones that overturned it. Still don't see it right with me.
It's still a long way to go.
Still a long way to go. I need to know these people are locked up and going to be in prison for a long time. Somebody died. An officer died. People you claim that you run around with this blue stripe flag for died. So I need to hear that. That needs to be a trial that we can all televise too.
Yeah, and I believe one of the guys is currently on, if not more of them.
Good.
I think they, or matter of fact, they might have just had somebody that agreed to testify against other people that was involved. Something like that.
Something like that.
Following it too closely.
Cool, I guess. But also, I like for the podcast to be light. I like the podcast to be fun, but sometimes the information that goes out there, you just can't. And I feel like we have a platform, so we need to use it to that 16-year-old girl that was shot in Columbus, Ohio, it's just, we can't go one day. One day. It literally happened in the same day. That's crazy to me.
Okay.
What?
I'm honestly not trying to play devil's advocate on this. I'm not.
Okay, but the horns are.
But I don't think we can look at this one as a race incident. Like George Floyd, there's been other ones that you could tell, okay, this is a specific, like, this didn't have to go this far. Now, if you want to debate whether police should have rubber bullets instead of regular bullets in their guns, things of that nature, I get it. And that will be another conversation for another day. But at least from the portion of the video I saw, and it's a sad situation, I want to make that clear. But the girl had a knife and was about to gut that other girl wide open. That's all I'm going to say.
First of all, how do we know she's about to gut anybody? Like when people...
Did you see the video?
Yes, I saw the video. But from my understanding of reading articles, the girl with the knife is the one that called the police because she was trying to defend herself.
Okay.
She said, so she's in a house by herself. Several of the females rush in to try to attack her. She calls the police. They get there. The altercation has now moved outside. She's still trying to defend herself with a knife, but nobody stopped and tried to break up anything. It literally was 2 seconds of, oh, I see him, boom, 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 and boom. Now, I see your point, and I understand it. I still think those police officers went too far because she didn't stab anybody.
She was like this.
I get it. But if you're in that situation trying to defend yourself, I mean, what else would you do?
But this, okay.
What else? What else would you do?
I would run away. She ran towards the girl with the knife.
So okay. So you think
again? I'm not trying to be funny, but
oh no, I don't think this is a. I don't think we're having a funny dialogue.
The girl who was allegedly jumping her, and maybe she was getting jumped earlier in the video or earlier in what happened, but in the video, it was like a one-on-one tussle. The girl in the pink was running away, and the girl that got killed, unfortunately, was running at her with the knife, from what I saw in the video. So, again, it's sad, and if you want to debate police tactics and things like that, I think that's a different conversation. But it's not like the girl was running away trying to get to safety. She was running at the girl with a knife, has the knife cocked back like she's about to stab her.
Okay. I can understand your point, and you're right. Police tactics is a whole different podcast, and I think they should have used a different tactic. I still don't think that poor girl should have died that day, but it's a lot of gray area on that one for me, because I can see why she would think she had to defend herself. There were several of them. So if you don't go on the attack, you feel like you're gonna die anyway. So it's more. Like, I know, I get it, but I just feel like the situation is more of a damn if I do, damn if I don't type of thing.
And I'm really not trying to be police defender, man. But like, let's say the officer, instead of, and I don't know necessarily what he should have done, but let's say he lets a shot off in the air instead, and then the other girl gets stabbed to death.
Right.
Now it's like, damn, you just let her stab up? Like, it's a...
I get it. So, and there's like the conversation we're having, there's been a lot of back and forth about that with Black Twitter too. So I can understand. Ultimately,
I just feel like yeah, it's of course it's tragic. A teenager got killed, and yes, another black teenager. But I don't. To me, I couldn't watch that video and necessarily pull either way that it was about race, if that makes sense. And
True. Well, for me, when huh, when the officer started saying blue lives matter and it was only white officers out there, that's when it kind of became to me like, why are y'all trying to be politically correct about anything at this moment? Do your job. You know, you were supposed to be protecting someone there, hence
mhm.
why you were called. But even if the public is shouting at you that you're a racist bitch or any other slurs, I just don't think it was the appropriate time for you to reply, Blue Lives Matter. No, that don't sound right. That ain't sit well with me. Like, why are you doing that right now? Relax. Relax. Do your job.
I feel you. I just again.
But
Well,
you
never mind.
if you was in that situation and they had said that, you wouldn't feel that that was some sort of racism behind it.
I feel where you coming from, but I'm just thinking for me. The guy
I,
was just in a position. Honestly, even if he was racist, and again, I can't pull nothing from that video that he was racist. Most people, even if they ain't that fond of black people, don't want to have to shoot and kill a teenager. So I'm just thinking in that situation, damn, I just shot and killed a kid. Damn, these people are yelling and screaming at me and shit or whatever. Like, I probably would be a little irritable.
I mean, go be irritable over there and just.
I feel what you're saying, and I think I don't know, man. It's a tricky situation. It's the timing is
Yeah,
it's it's
it,
it's
it's
it's a
a
lot.
lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, and there's just been ugh, it's been a tough 2 weeks if we really think about it. You got Columbus, Ohio, two things in Minnesota going on right now. So one got justice, and another one is restarting basically. And Columbia, South Carolina, everybody pulled up. I was like,
But
damn.
I've still been on social media, but like these last few weeks, like
You just trying to keep your head down with it.
I understand that it's important for these things to go out so that they can get caught and some sort of justice can be served. So I get that, but and I don't know, this might sound selfish or wrong or whatever, but I'm sorry, I don't want to see that all the time. And I know that probably sounds fucked up, but like that is just I don't know. At some point, it's just like traumatic experience versus traumatic experience. It's like
No,
sometimes I just be like, man, I gotta get off here for a few hours or a day or so, and just not have to constantly consume that.
see, and that goes straight into our topic for today, social media. But with that, I don't think anything you said was wrong, simply because it is traumatic. And we, as a people, Black people, we, even though it's not happening to me and it's not directly happening to you, it's still traumatic. When you see these things, you worry about it. You worry about you worry about your friends, you worry about your friends' kids, you worry about your family, you worry about a lot of things, and those things creep in. And so when it's constantly at you on a daily basis at any time, because you can fully access it whenever you want to,
Right.
boom. So yeah, I would advise everybody to take a mental break from it soon, because you are still a person. You still need time to process exactly what's going on. And I don't think anybody thinks any less of you. And I don't think anybody thinks you're weaker or stronger for saying, okay, I need to back up from this, because not everybody is built the same. Not everybody's built the same. Some people can handle this all day. Some people like, let's go, we got it. Others, I see it, I represent my people, but at the same time, me and mine, we can't handle
Right.
all of that. And that's okay. That's okay to be like that. And I don't think anybody should come after you or anybody that feels that way. But our topic for today, social media, because we all see it. Number one, it definitely brought justice to George Floyd. So shout out to that, because I didn't really think that they were going to, especially news media sites. I didn't think that they were going to shine light on the girl that went live with the whole situation, because they're saying, if she didn't record this, there wouldn't be as much evidence to exactly what went on. So I think that was a good thing. But social media, it has its pros, and then it also has its cons. And that's what we're going to talk about, especially when it comes to instant gratification. Because as of lately, I've been in a real just watching loop with social media. I don't, unless it's the podcast or my radio show, I don't really post anymore. And I was thinking to myself, why don't I post? Like, what is it that I saw with me that makes me not want to post? And I said, you know what? It's instant gratification. So I was talking with Camille the other day, and we were talking about blogging and how I used to just, get on a fly outfit, put on the ground, be like, okay, the likes coming in. But for me, after a while, the likes just never changed. I never got up there.
The likes.
Yeah.
The likes got stagnant.
Okay. Like it would still be the same 150, 200. And for me, I'm looking, even with the person in my household, she over here popping, and my friends are popping. And then the people that I follow trying to get inspiration from, they're even going up, but I'm not. Why? So I thought to myself, why continue to do this if it's not working? I didn't see the instant gratification of it all. I didn't get that. So therefore, I thought to myself, why continue to do it? And I know for a fact, other people go through the exact same thing. Like, so what do you think that social media really helps or hinders most people?
It's a slippery slope because, like, for one, you said you kind of were seeking instant gratification in a sense. So yeah, there are people that want instant gratification just because it might be good for their self-esteem or something like that. Um, there's on another hand is some people that necessarily you may not exactly want instant gratification, but like for you, radio show, um, like you have the type of profession to where even if you didn't want instant gratification, you kind of need social media. Or me as an artist, even if I don't necessarily want to post things that much, like at some point you need that to kind of get to where you want to be in the industry you're in. So I think the tricky part of it is like it's a pro as long as you're able to use it and not let it use you, or you're not to the point where you're doing things that you wouldn't normally do, which especially with Instagram, which one of the reasons I liked Twitter the most, and I still like Twitter the most, even though it's been so heavy. Um, is like with Instagram, everything on there, it got to the point was for a look. Like everybody just wanted to have a look.
Look.
Like it's got to be a photo shoot. It's got to be my brand, my this, and I get it because at the same time, I got something I'm trying to build a brand on. So I get it, but it was so fake in a sense.
Yeah.
So it's pros and cons to it, but ultimately, I think it just depends on, are you using it, or is it to the point where you can't go without it? Is it using you?
Right. And I think the people that are using it, they have a very conscious thought pattern about it, because they understand this is what I want to do, and this is a tool that can help me. It's not me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tool that's helping me get what I want. But then you have others that are like, okay, I'm not looking at this as a tool. I'm seeing that other people are just doing it, and I kind of want the same thing. But a lot of people do not realize how much hard work goes in to making those posts. You think people are just be like, okay, I get up in the morning, I took a couple of photos, snap, boom, it's on the gram, it's got paid partnership above it. No, these people have really worked very hard to get where they want to be with it. So while you're sitting there thinking, oh, I want the exact same thing, there's a few questions you should ask yourself. Have I done certain things to get the exact same thing?
And to interject real quickly, I sorry to cut you off, but
no, you good.
The way like social media is like, it's no one set path. It's like the same way with music and shit. Like, nobody can tell you exactly what's gonna work for you, because you could ask 10 different people what they did. They could have 10 different stories. You could try all 10 and none of them shits may work for you. Like, there are certain common steps you may can do, but at the end of the day, like, if it was easy, everybody would do it, or everybody would be popping. So, there's no specific blueprint you can follow.
Exactly. You really have to sit down with yourself and figure out, this is specifically what I want. And especially when it comes to social media, I honestly feel like a lot of people don't follow a lot of people because they don't want to see it in order for them to, dilute their own creativity. I get that from Missy Elliott and Timbaland. So I can't remember whether I was listening to an interview or watching an interview, but I just remember them saying that they don't listen to anybody else's music, simply because, especially when they were in the lab all the time, they said, we only listen to us because that gave us to be in our own space, our own world, and what we wanted to do without heavy influence for anybody else.
Right.
And that clearly paid off for Missy Elliott. That clearly out of this world creative. But I think everybody can, not to say follow that exact path, but follow the guidelines for it.
But
because
I think a lot of people don't follow people because also it looks quote unquote cooler to have a high follower count and a low following count. It makes you look. So now, I think a lot of that too is people want to, I can't follow X amount of people because
that's the game. That's definitely the game. Like, because you will definitely, if you see somebody with 8.9K, guarantee they only following 4,000 people. Straight up. That is the game. But at the same time, I feel as if, I will, if I was getting that many followers, I wouldn't want to follow that many people simply because, okay, I don't want to be, because I know I'm one of those people that look at people, because I'm a mimic. That's what I guess that's what you call it. Like, I look at it, I like it. I was like, oh, I can do that, but I have to put Eric into it. So, but with social media, even I've been affected so much to be like, they did that kind of well. I don't know if I can do that again. Like, I don't know if I can recreate that as well as what they did.
Right.
So I get it when people say, you know what, social media really, not to say dims my light, but your self-esteem, not your self-esteem, but also your self-confidence with posting, not looking, thinking you look foolish, trying not to look foolish. This is a whole bunch of stuff that goes on in your head before you post. But with that, on the other side of things are very possible. Instant gratification can't happen because there have been plenty of people that have got instant gratification and gone great places. Now that might not be you, okay? So whoever listening, I'm not telling you that that's gonna happen because, like Will said, I mean, if it was easy, everybody would be popping. But you got to give yourself the chance in order to either get the instant gratification or to continue to work hard to get to where you want to be and see those results because you did work hard to get there. I'm not sure if you know him, but the personality, Kalen, he was a food critic. Well, I mean, he still is a food critic. He's the gay guy. He'll do okay.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know damn near any of and not to be funny, the IG personalities. Like
really?
Justin LeBoy, I just found out who that was like a couple months ago. Like, I don't know none of them niggas that come up on Instagram.
Who? Say it again.
Like Justin LeBoy.
Who was that?
Well, he got a show on Revolt. He's the one that Sweetie had did the interview with, and it was like a whole big thing like a couple months ago.
Oh, I just thought that was one of Justin's friends.
No, that's like a whole, that's, I think, his actual name, or that's his stage name or whatever. But
wait, so is the show his?
Yeah, it's his show on Revolt.
Oh, I thought it was Justin, his son's show.
No, whole different Justin.
Why does he have that Justin on that show?
As far as I know, the guy just came up off of Instagram, basically quoting.
I mean, that's cool and all, but I would definitely ask Diddy to not have your son at every interview with me because my name's Justin. His name is Justin. And somebody gonna think it's his show. Like me, I always thought that was I thought it was Justin Combs' show.
No, that's...
Oh, wow, that's terrible. I feel bad for that. I feel bad for that man because the way I'm thinking. That's okay. Cool. But, I mean, well, just like that, yeah. Instant. No, I mean, it might not be as instant as we think it is because we really don't know what goes on behind the scenes or how long it took or how long it takes. But I know for a fact, Kalen, he even said it when he got to Ellen. Kalen was doing just sitting on his couch, doing the social media thing, and Ellen just happened to like it. So she brought him onto the show because, Ellen does a lot of social media stars on her show because those people are seen to be just as relevant for the moment as celebrities. And I think she does an amazing job of that. If they hot, she gonna put them on the show. And when he got there, he got offered a job. He was still just doing those videos. So you just never know. That was in my eyes, that was instant gratification because what the hell did he do? He didn't do nothing else but just be him about white people putting Brussels sprouts in macaroni. We all get the same reaction. We just didn't post it. So I think that's phenomenal though, because he now, what is it? Did he host one or two shows? I don't care. Even if you host one show of Ellen's, that's huge. That's huge. He hosted the whole show by himself. I was like, damn, that's revolutionary. And he looked good doing it. Like, that man went all out. So anybody on social media, you really need to hone in on what you have and what you want. And a big issue for me is being very decisive on what I want, which is crazy. I do too many things. Many things.
You said it's crazy to you that you aren't decisive?
yet.
I
So
think most people, like I, not to be funny,
what?
I never would have pictured you as the decisive type.
I'm not decisive. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm just surprised that surprises you.
Oh. Okay, I get it. Shut up. I try. But it's like I could go a whole bunch of ways. I could do them dancing TikToks. I could do fashion videos. I can do the whole entertainment thing. It's just, I feel like you just can't have all three in one social media. Your shit just looks all bumbling and
people
bumbling.
don't know what to expect.
Exactly. And I don't know how to make that make sense. And if I can't see the vision, why would I post it? So here's why that keeps me from posting things. So I think I'm on the side of social media with those that are, I wouldn't say that I'm not confident in who I am and what I do, but as far as social media goes, I'm not as confident as I should be.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta try a little bit of all of it, and then ultimately, I feel like social media is about finding how you can get traction. So it's like you gotta kind of, do you and express your interest, but figure out what gets you the most traction or the most engagement. If I had to guess, it would be like the TikToks and like the dancing videos are really popular now. If I had to guess, that would probably be the one because people engage with that stuff a lot.
Right.
And then whatever, it's kind of like it's almost gonna sound contradictory, but you know how a few weeks ago or whenever we were talking about the baby kind of making the same song over and over.
Yeah.
But it's a psychology behind it because, okay, boom, tried a few different things. Okay, a little success here, a little success here. Oh, this what works. I know if I put this out, I get this. People begin to expect it, and then they come back for that. So it's kind of like the same kind of thing almost, where you got to try different things, see what gets traction, and then kind of hone in on where you're getting the most traction.
Okay. Look at Will. Got a whole science behind the shit.
Little something, something,
Okay, I understood that completely. I'm basically going fishing. And
Right.
whichever bait catches the most fish, I should continue to put that in the water.
Right. And then as as the shit grows, you may be able to start sprinkling other things in. But like, I don't know, just a lot of people, I feel like if you do too much, like they get confused or they don't know what to expect. So it's kind of like you got to establish your main audience or your core first and then figure out, okay, boom, if I want to expand, I can do this, or oh, boom, this is how I can tie this into what I'm doing now.
Okay. Actually, that's a good place to stop right there. We can definitely take that piece of advice, whether or not you are very confident or not confident when it comes to posting social media, working hard, or just trying to get instant gratification. Knowing knowing what attracts people, bringing that in and honing on to it is a very, very good piece of advice given to you by none other than She Will for Will.
Hey,
look at that man. Look at that man. You closing out the show.
Sometimes you gotta, when the ball get past you, you gotta shoot it. You gotta,
Okay.
Can't
yes,
make
indeed.
it if you don't shoot it.
You can't make it if you don't shoot it. So I hope to take this and apply this. That's my goal from now on, is the things that I learn and things that I'm listening to, trying to take those things and not just being like, oh, I got the knowledge to do it. No, take that knowledge and apply.
So you got to execute.
You got to execute. You got to make that shit happen. But thank you all for listening to the Kelley Show Podcast. As always, I go by the name of Eric Kelley II. You can follow me on IG at The Kelley Show. That's TheKelleyShow. Will, where can they find you?
You already know she will for will. I'm everywhere. She will for will.
Bet. And follow the podcast, everything, Instagram and Twitter at Kelley Show Pod, KelleyShowPod. Yes, we're on SoundCloud. Yes, we're on Apple Music. Yes, we got YouTube popping. Go ahead, like, comment, share, subscribe. Get anybody involved. Join the conversation.
Tell a hoe to tell a hoe.
Tell a hoe to tell a hoe. And I know you hoes know them hoes. Actually, man, I should have talked about that. I should have. My hoes are getting together and they now know about the balcony. That's another story for another day. I will definitely tell you that later. But it was crazy.
Okay.
It was crazy. It was nuts. I was sitting there like,
okay.
Oh, wait, he you know him? He's actually okay. Before we leave,
were unionizing against you.
And I don't know if they were unionizing against me, but I had hooked up with this guy. He's right across the way from me, literally in the next apartment buildings over.
Ooh, you being hot.
Okay, I mean, I get it how you live. So I hit him up. He was like, "Yeah, come over." And I said, "Okay, cool." We had sex. It was great. We're done. We're talking. He's a really cool person. So I don't never care about sitting around naked with somebody. And then he goes, "Well, you know my friend, ... And I said, "Who?" And he said, "You know ... And I said, "I don't know nobody with the name like that." And he was like, "No, yes, you do." And he pulled up this picture. I said, "Oh, that guy." I felt so bad. I was like, "Damn." He's like, "Yeah, so yeah, I knew you had sex with him already." Oh, okay. And you still fuck? Okay. Clearly, my reputation is a good one for him to still sleep with me, knowing that I slept with this. First of all, and another thing, I don't know why we call it sleeping when we're not sleeping. I had sex with that man before I had sex with him, and for him to know that I had sex with that man, I was like, okay, clearly he told you I was good, and clearly you you wanted to know your damn self. Hence why I got to invite back, because I've already fucked him once. Then he goes on to tell me, "Oh yeah, you also know my friend ... How do you know him?" "Well, you had him come over one night, and he said that he was right." And then his friend told him that he was in the neighborhood, and he was like, "Oh, where you at?" And he was like, just to let you know, I was bent over a balcony." And he goes, "Oh yeah, so you must be talking about Eric." "Oh, you know Eric?" He's like, "I was on the same balcony." I said, "Damn, y'all done." Woo. I don't know.
You're a balcony star.
I clearly, whole little TV show out there. I just thought to myself, wow, that's 3 individuals that have figured out that I have definitely been them over on that balcony, and they all clearly were happy customers because they all have been back more than once. Crazy shit. But that's the last story for the Kelley Show Podcast. Y'all go follow us, man. Y'all enjoy the show. Thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. Peace. And we out.